Hey, what's up? I'm Deanna, and this is my spiritual YouTube channel, The Faith That Grows. And today I was just kind of thinking and doing my thing, and I had some mushroom coffee this morning, and I feel like mushroom coffee really helps you think. And something that I was just really thinking about is conscious community. And because community is like so important, but not just any community, the right community. And a conscious community is what we all, I believe, want to be a part of. And I was thinking, and it came to me, 10 things that a genuinely conscious spiritual community would do or like be like, in order for like me to want to be a part of it, for example, or just, I think, well, for most people to want to be a part of it. I'm not speaking for other people. And I didn't even like look this stuff up online. It just kind of came to me, and I wrote it down, these 10 things that I'm looking for in a conscious community. And I think they really make a community strong and godly and divine. And so I'm going to go through those. The first thing is that it grows. So it doesn't stagnate. It doesn't restrict. It grows. Just like a breath, like in and out. And it doesn't like, it's like it's like it almost emulates nature in the sense that it's wild and free. And every person in it is like a flower, and you don't have to tell a flower how to bloom or when to bloom, because it already knows, because it's already programmed by God. And so a truly conscious spiritual community would be kind of like the rainforest or a field of wildflowers, and like you just kind of enjoy it. And it's natural and it's authentic, and there's no like restriction energy where something like gets really like pinched off or closed down or controlled, or like because we're all inherently so sensitive beings, that people who are genuinely sensitive and can feel that will get repelled very quickly. And so a truly conscious spiritual community grows. I have this quote, one of my favorite lyrics in any song ever, and it's Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind, and it's, I believe in the faith that grows. And it's like, because growth is like the natural order of life, like everyone and everything is always growing, like every second of every day. A truly conscious spiritual community would be able to contain and maintain all these different people at all these different phases. And it wouldn't be like only people who've reached a certain level are in it. It's like, because like in nature, you might see a fully grown tree that's been there for years next to like a sprouting, like a little sprout. And so like, it's not like the sprouts are all kept over here and the trees are all over here. Everything's just everywhere. And so it's like that. Because if you try to create a community that doesn't emulate and coexist with how life naturally is and wants to be, it might be a community it works for certain people, but not everybody. And it might work for certain people for a certain amount of time, and they might like pop out of it because they can't handle being controlled anymore. And then they gotta go over here. But like they don't want to leave. Does this make sense? Like, yeah, like in my mind, it's so simple. Not everywhere is like this, though. Not every community is like that. So growth, it grows. Like if new information is received, the community adjusts and flows with it, like water. And so that brings me into the second thing, which is a truly conscious spiritual community would encourage debate and discussion, not just allow for it. Encourage it. Why? Because a lot of times people feel shy, or people are masking, or people have unhealed trauma, or people feel scared, or like they don't want to rock the boat, or because people have an inherent desire to feel safe and be included. It's like a primal desire. And so you can't just say, oh yeah, everything's up for discussion. Everything, you actually have to encourage it, because sometimes it takes a little digging to get to like, something under the surface isn't quite right. Because now I was part of the debate team in high school. I really love philosophy and like ethics and logic and like debating things. Like it's actually something I enjoy. And like, I'm not saying people should fight just to have a fight, unless, I don't know, you want to. But what I'm saying is like, things should feel very free. And if something comes out of someone's mouth that's unexpected, the way the community handles that speaks volumes about what its true core values are. Does it value does it value sameness for the sake of sameness? Are people being and saying certain things to avoid the pain of ostracism, the pain of potentially feeling rejected by everyone else? Or is it their truth? Social dynamics are really interesting and important to look at. People tend to kind of adhere to what everyone else in their group is doing, whether it's a family unit, a workplace, a church, any organization. People who are put in one area together, they tend to want to start being similar to each other to kind of avoid conflict. Everyone kind of wants to maintain peace, and peace is great, but peace is everything. It's the goal. But there's also like, are you keeping the peace, but you're sacrificing your integrity for some sort of illusion of peace? Stuff like that. It's really healthy to have heated discussions, because when people are truly passionate, things are gonna like fly back and forth really fast. But if people feel shut down and they don't feel like they can share their authentic reaction or response to something, then energy doesn't really move and get sorted out very quickly. It kind of stagnates. And so yeah, I feel like I could say more about that, but like, it shouldn't be afraid of conflict. Genuine conflict. And so that brings me into number 3. A truly conscious spiritual community is a democracy, not a dictatorship. It's Knights of the Round Table. It's everyone's in a circle, and whomever God speaks through, everyone feels into it. And if that's what everyone feels like, yeah, that was God through them, absolutely, you surrender to that, and that's what it is now. And like, that's where we're going next. And voting on major issues should be encouraged, and major decisions should be made with like a lot of thought behind it. A lot of different people who can represent different aspects of reality and life and consciousness should come together to bring what they're aware of to the table. And you can like fake do that. You can like, okay, I'm going to make this major decision by talking to these 2 people who probably feel the same way as me. And so we're going to come to that agreement, and that's the decision. But you have to seek out people who might think differently from you. You have to like go past the discomfort and be challenged. You have to want to be challenged. So yeah. So a true democracy. And yeah, I feel like real. I'm talking about like for real, because you can like kind of half-ass these things and it's not really genuine, and you think you're doing the best that you can, but like there's like something deeper that's like spiritual bypassing going on, is what I'm trying to say. So number 4, something a truly conscious spiritual community does is it encourages bonds of friendship. Because relationships are like worth more than gold. They're so valuable. They're so meaningful. They're so supportive. And the encouraging of bonds of friendship should be not just encouraged in the happy, light times, but also the hard stuff, like real, true friendship. Like, it doesn't leave you at when you're going through a really difficult time. Jesus said to his apostles that he wanted them to love one another the way he had loved them. And that's what really should be going on, is you should see in any strong, truly conscious spiritual community really deep relationships being formed. the kind that are like, you know, people write movies about and books about, like those kind of depth of friendships. And those bonds shouldn't ever be encouraged to break or change. They should just be nurtured. You don't spend years nurturing bonds of friendship and then just like abandon someone at their darkest moment, type of thing. And everyone in a community should be encouraged to handle all of their relationships themselves, not someone else is telling you how to handle your relationships. Because everyone is so unique, and people's bonds are so unique, and they're there by God. God designed all of his children to work together, and it flows naturally. It should be a natural flow that no one tries to like get in the way of. And you don't abandon people. So, number 5, a truly conscious spiritual community is sensitive and self-reflective, meaning it's not like numbed out anywhere, and it doesn't allow for numbing out to happen. And it looks at what it's doing honestly, and doesn't try to hide from being corrected by consciousness or people in it or out of it. There are some people who will stand up and try to make changes, but other times people will just kind of leave if they're very sensitive and they feel like an environment isn't respectful of their sensitivity. You might just lose people and not know why. So number 6 of what a truly conscious spiritual community is like is it appreciates diversity. And this can't be faked either. Like truly appreciating diversity. Like not, oh, look over here. Here's our token, I don't know. Here's our token, you know, like there's like I don't want to like, so like you don't just like show off someone who has like differences and you're like, this is our token person, like, ooh, we're gonna like, look, see, we appreciate diversity, look. No, I mean like just actually appreciate true diversity, because it's not always like pretty and it's not always palatable. True diversity can be like if you look in nature, like some sea creatures look very strange, but like they all coexist in the waters and everything's fine. And that's how life is. That's how it should be. It means that people can be in all different phases of life. They can be going through any challenge, and still be accepted for exactly where they're going through, exactly where they're at. Because you don't have to be perfect. We're all just healing, and we're all just on a journey. So number 7, what a truly conscious spiritual community is like, it doesn't kick people out or remove them, but seeks to actually get to the real core of issues causing people to leave or vibe out. And this can get hard. This can get really difficult. But in my personal opinion, you never treat a person like they're the problem. You seek to find what the actual problem is and heal that, because a child of God is never the problem. They're a perfect child of God. But there's something going on in their consciousness that might be causing like some sort of problem, but that is not a bad thing. And it's something coming up for the whole collective to heal together and partner with. It's not like, oh my God, I don't understand what these people are doing and what they're saying. Blah, get them out. No. So you want to like actually find the real root of problems, and you can't spiritually bypass. You can't make assumptions. You can't only talk to like a couple people who all have similar opinions to you, and then no, like true conflict resolution. And you like you have to be like okay with things seeming like really intense. You can't be afraid of that. Like, it's just life. Life can get intense. Everyone's going through so much stuff. Like, and you never know what's coming up for someone truly until you like really talk to them, talk to everybody, really like not shut people down. Like a truly healing and supportive environment, someone wouldn't feel afraid or ashamed to bring up something. They would just feel like they're being invited with open arms to express their truth. Because this is everyone should feel safe. Number 8, it's all inclusive. And again, I keep saying this, but you can't fake this. You can't fake it. It means that if someone shows up and they want to be there, that they're included, period. They don't have to pass a test, or they don't have to like do something specific. You welcome them because they're there. Like an open door policy. Number 9, for what a truly conscious spiritual community is like, it's not afraid. It's not afraid. It's not afraid of people. It's not afraid of ideas. It's not afraid of change. It's not afraid of growth. And everyone should be checking themselves to make sure that they're clearing fear, so that they're not projecting stuff onto other people that's like really just not the case. It's not what's really going on. Because you could miss out on like some truly amazing collaboration and healing and discoveries and creativity if these things that I'm talking about aren't there, and they have to be protected. These things that I'm listing off, people in the community have to like fight for that. Like how people are like, this is my First Amendment right. Like, that's how it should be in the conscious spiritual community, where people are passionate about the things that keep the community in alignment with God. You can't ever stagnate or think you've got it all figured out. And number 10, for like, this is just 10, but like this video is like so long already, like I could keep going, but like these are the 10 that I wrote down. Number 10 for something that a truly conscious spiritual community is like, is it is safe. Safety should always come first. The inherent value, worth, and dignity of every single member should be protected. People should feel safe. There should be true checks and balances. Not, yeah, we say we have checks and balances, but like it's not actually, because you can just feel it, and like it's not actually a checks and balances system. People should never be put in unsafe situations or be made to feel uncomfortable, or like they're being exploited, or like stuff that they say is being used against them almost. Like, you should feel so ridiculously safe in a truly conscious spiritual community. Like, everyone should like have each other's backs and make sure that no funny business is going on and none of the members are getting hurt or put in weird situations. Like it's self-organizing and self-cleansing. And none of these things can be faked. And it's a process, obviously, but I think we can all feel in our stomach, in our gut, when things are like being said, but they're not being upheld. And every member should feel fully comfortable pointing that out. Being like, yeah, that doesn't fit with this group's core values. And so these are 10 things that I feel a truly spiritual, conscious community should have and be like. It's not limited to these 10, but this is what I'm looking for. And I hope this video is helpful in some way for you. I also kind of wanted to talk about groupthink and mob mentality. But suffice it to say, like, just in a nutshell, going back to everyone wanting to have a sense of belonging, you have to be really careful that people are not just agreeing to just agree, because they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to shake things up. They don't want to be perceived as being a problem. So, yeah, thanks for watching. If you have anything to say, feel free to comment. And if you're interested in this kind of content, please subscribe.